Here we are at the Vibe at the conclusion of the HighTimes party.
Assassin from the Menace Klann, representing South Central Los Angeles. My group, the Menace Klann, we are signed to Rap-A-Lot Records in 1994. That's why I hooked up with Bushwick. 1998, we both got released from Rap-A-Lot Records, and now we just doing our own thing. Just doing this thing with West Town Records, and I'm doing my thing with Menace Records. So, you know, that's how we hooked up. So after we both stopped working for that label, we still was friends. So, you know, it's like all artists, it's like got a camaraderie. You know, rappers, they always look out for each other. It's like police, you know, because we know we the ones getting screwed in this business. We like the bottom of the barrel, the end of the totem pole. But, you know, we taking the industry back, giving it back to the artists, you know, by doing it independent, cutting all the bloodsuckers out.
I think it's about time for that. It seems like the theme of this year's South by Southwest has been the return to the independents.
Yeah, that's tight. What they need to do, man, is have more ways for different artists who want to start their labels to get financed, you know what I'm saying? There should be people putting money into that, you know, so people who want to start their label, they can have some type of, you know, foundation, because that's what the people who do have money is the people that don't want to pay the artists and mess up the industry. So if you put the money in the right hands, you know, then, you know, the business would be better, because the artists would be happier when you get better music, and that's that.
I disagree with him on one thing. Everything else he said is valid, very, very valid. But the money should not go into the right hands. That's the only part that I disagree with. The money should go into the right machine, the right institution that is only programmed to pay artists what artists is due. I just feature myself on someone's album or feature them on my album. I'm really not trying to sign no artists. I'm already working with the Robinson Boys and West Town Records out of Arkansas and parts of West Memphis, you know, and we're doing the damn thing. This is their second album, and I'm just now involved with the company. I'm COO, you know, in the company, so I'm not just going to be someone working on music for these guys, but I'm going to also be getting my just due for my hard work based on their trust and belief in me. I just thank everybody out there for just respecting my creativity and appreciating it to where I could even get an opportunity like this. It'll be just like Assassin said. You know, the guy that was on before me from the Menace Klann is like, you know, it's really about financing. If you get the right promotion, if you create the right awareness, for those of y'all who don't understand what promotion is awareness. If you create the right amount of awareness, then all I know is that you can't help but achieve substantial notice and improvement in sales and in service merchandise, because people will be calling you about your product because they know you have an album. You know, people will be calling you for a promo show because you have an artist, but that's a venue and an avenue for you to be seen and heard. If you do a really good show and really put your heart into it and really move the crowd, then you can be hired back by that same venue. Now you're getting paid. Before it was for free, but because you move the crowd so much, they know that by booking you and paying you the price that you're asking for, they're going to get their money back, plus the audience is going to enjoy themselves and everybody win. The promoter get a nice name, the artist and the record label get a nice name, and the venue get a nice name, and the sponsors get a nice name, and it's like, it's just all the way around. But if you act an ass and do some dumb shit like a kid in a candy store, you're actually not a person who don't deserve to be in the music industry. You are a person who don't deserve to be in any position of high status that people have to look up to you and consider you a role model. If you know that you don't want to be a role model, then do not present yourself in a fashion and don't make yourself available commercially where you could be considered a role model. A role model is an artist who is commercially known. So if you make your name a household word like a product, then you just became a product. Now you have to live like a product. You have to live up to the standards of the expectation of the people that are financially backing your product. You know what I'm saying? That goes for all artists in general, but still in all. When you become pop, which is popular music, that's when you have to live up to a status quo. You have to be responsible for Lil Timmy, Lil Johnny, Lil Bobby, and Lil Boo Boo from around the corner, and Lil Yuck. You know what I'm saying? And Lil Chuck and everybody we know that's low down and dirty. You feel me? You got to represent that. You know what I'm saying? You can't just get into this thing and feel like, okay, because I have a talent, I'm just going to say what I want. Then you're just speaking to yourself. If you're not doing something for everybody, then you got to be responsible for what you do.
Okay, so basically like staying true to who you are and what you're representing within yourself.
That's what being responsible to what you do is to me. Being true to your creation. Being like Picasso, being like Shakespeare, being like Steven Spielberg and Stephen King and Michelangelo and Mozart and Beethoven and Chopin, just creating a work of art that's considered music. It's called music because it's a work of art. So, you know, do what you do, be the best you could be. I hope you learned something from something I said. I'm at a HighTimes party. That don't necessarily mean I have to be high, but that don't mean I'm not neither. So therefore, you know, one love, live long, love God and prosper. Bushwick Bill, my partner right here, Tony, from
West Sound Records,
right.
Arkansas, West Memphis.
Robinson Boys in the house.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I'd rather be hated for who I am than loved for what I'm not. And I appreciate y'all for giving me an ear. One love. God bless. Stay up, be true, do what you do.
Be sure to get that.